Top 5 forbidden compliments that make women drool over you. Old Stoic wisdom. Love is not finding someone to live with. It's finding someone you can't live without. Rafael Ortiz. Picture this. You're seated across from her, the woman who has captured your attention. She's stunning, no doubt. But there's a barrier. She's heard all the typical lines before. She's heard, "You're beautiful. I love your smile," and the usual compliments that men throw her way. But then you say something completely different, something that feels almost forbidden, and in that moment, her expression shifts, her eyes open wide, and she leans in, drawn closer. It's like you've tapped into something. No one else has dared to touch a part of her that has been locked away. What if I told you that there are specific compliments that can make her feel this way? Compliments that bypass her guarded defenses and speak directly to her heart, creating an emotional connection she can't resist. By the end of this video, you'll discover these rare compliments, tools that most men will never even consider. These are the words that unlock a woman's deepest desires and make her crave your presence. Before we get started, if you're eager to uncover more insights into the psychology of attraction and relationships, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Why most men miss the mark. Here's the truth. Most men make the mistake of offering compliments that lack depth. Telling a woman she's beautiful might be nice. But here's the problem. She's already heard that from countless other men. It no longer has the effect you think it does. In fact, it often falls flat, causing you to blend in with every other guy who offers the same predictable lines. The key is giving her compliments that bypass her logic and go straight to her emotions. It's emotions that stir passion, ignite desire, and create an undeniable bond. These are the compliments that truly make an impact. So let's break down the top 5 forbidden compliments that will make her drool over you. There's something about you that I can't quite figure out. When it comes to winning a woman's heart, the key often lies in understanding the subtle power of words and how they can spark curiosity and captivate her mind. One such powerful compliment is, "There's something about you that I can't quite figure out." This compliment works like a charm because it taps into a deep psychological trigger. Curiosity. Women are naturally drawn to mystery. They want to be intriguing, not fully understood. By saying this, you do 2 essential things. You flatter her ego, making her feel unique, and you keep her engaged, leaving her pondering what it is about her that has caught your attention. It's not just about whether she likes you. It's about her wondering why she fascinates you at this moment. She'll start thinking about you when you're not around, and that's when you've already won half the battle. However, the true magic lies in how you say it. This is no ordinary compliment. It must be delivered with genuine intrigue, as though you genuinely cannot figure out what it is about her that pulls you in. Maybe it's her quiet confidence, her unexpected tenderness, or the way she balances strength with vulnerability. Let her feel like she's a puzzle you're eager to solve. When she senses this authentic curiosity, she'll be compelled to prove to you just how unique she really is. This compliment doesn't just praise her. It piques her curiosity and invites her to take a deeper look at herself through your eyes, something that every person desires, whether they admit it or not. The psychological dynamics behind this compliment are fascinating. Firstly, it puts you in a position of authority. You're the one assessing her, and that's a powerful place to be. Instead of her feeling like she's the one trying to win your approval, she starts to feel like she's the one being evaluated. Secondly, it hints that she is unlike other women, and that's a potent validation. Women don't just want to be another face in the crowd. They crave that sense of being irreplaceable, and you've just triggered that feeling with one simple phrase. Finally, the compliment taps into the sonic effect, a psychological principle that explains how people tend to remember unfinished tasks. Since you haven't quite figured her out, she'll feel a subconscious need to spend more time with you to resolve that mystery. The unfinished nature of your compliment invites her to keep coming back for more, seeking resolution to the puzzle you've laid out. Let me illustrate this with the story of Jake, a man who once struggled to stand out in a crowd of men who would throw generic compliments like "you're gorgeous" or "I love your smile." These compliments were nice, but they didn't set him apart. Jake never felt like he got the kind of attention he really wanted from women. But everything changed one evening when he met a woman named Sophie at a rooftop bar this time. Instead of offering the usual compliments, Jake looked at a genuine smile crossing his face and simply said, "You're interesting. There's something about you that I can't quite figure out." Sophie, who had been exuding playful confidence, suddenly shifted. Her curiosity was piqued. Oh yeah, she leaned in. Intrigued. "What do you mean?" And just like that, Jake had her attention not for a fleeting moment, but for the rest of the night. The best part, the next day Sophie texted him, asking when they could meet again. She couldn't stop thinking about that mysterious compliment and the curiosity it sparked in her. Jake's shift from the typical compliments to something that ignited her curiosity had not only left a lasting impression, but it had also opened the door for future connections in life. The power of words cannot be underestimated. Compliments like these don't just flatter. They open doors to deeper connections as men. We need to remember that the goal isn't just to win someone's affection, but to spark their imagination, to make them wonder about you and what makes you different. It's this mystery, this compelling curiosity, that keeps the attraction alive. So the next time you're out and you meet someone who catches your eye, try saying something unexpected, like "There's something about you that I can't quite figure out." Watch how it changes the dynamic, drawing her in without saying another word. And of course, let us know your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Have you ever used this approach? How did it work for you? Share your stories with us with 2. You make people feel comfortable around you. You make people feel comfortable around you. One of the most powerful compliments you can give a woman isn't about her looks. It's about who she is as a person. Complimenting her on how she makes people feel around her touches a deeper, more meaningful layer of her identity. It moves beyond the superficial and speaks directly to her inner qualities. Imagine this scenario. Most men would give the typical compliments like, "You're beautiful," or "I love your eyes." But the real magic happens when you focus on something that truly resonates with her sense of self. Telling her you make people feel comfortable around you does just that. It taps into her desire to be seen and appreciated, not just for her physical appearance, but for her presence, energy, and the way she influences others. Why does this work so well? It's because at her core, most women want to be recognized as warm, inviting, and emotionally valuable. They crave validation that extends beyond their looks and touches the essence of who they are. Complimenting her ability to make others feel at ease is a rare acknowledgement of this deeper part of her identity. It shows you see her as more than just another pretty face. This complements her character and makes her feel seen and appreciated in ways that most compliments don't. It's not about her outward appearance. It's about the emotional impact she has on those around her. When you acknowledge this, it triggers an emotional connection that words about her beauty simply can't. Let's delve deeper into the psychological science behind this compliment. The reason it resonates so strongly is rooted in social validation. Studies in psychology suggest that people are drawn to those who recognize their deeper, often unspoken qualities in a world where validation for physical appearance is abundant. Validation for emotional intelligence and warmth is much rarer, and therefore far more impactful when you compliment her ability to make others feel comfortable. You're reinforcing her self-image as someone emotionally valuable and powerful. This is a compliment that speaks to her sense of purpose and inner worth, not just her outer beauty. It creates an instant connection as she sees you as someone who truly understands and appreciates her for who she really is. Take David, for example. He was at a friend's house party and noticed Emily, a woman who wasn't the loudest or the center of attention. But there was something about her that drew people in. She had a calming presence, a subtle yet magnetic energy that made people feel at ease in her company, while other men in the room were busy trying to impress her with jokes, flashy stories, or talk about their accomplishments. David chose a different approach. He leaned in and simply said, "You know, I've noticed something about you. You make people feel comfortable around you." Emily's expression softened and she replied, "Wow, that's probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me." That compliment, simple as it was, completely shifted the dynamic. It wasn't about his looks or his achievements. It was about how he saw her. And in that moment, Emily felt uniquely valued. She didn't feel like just another woman being courted for her beauty. She felt seen for the warmth and kindness she radiated. This compliment created a connection far deeper than any superficial compliment could. To feel that they are appreciated for more than just their physical appearance. While beauty is often celebrated, the more subtle qualities, emotional intelligence, grace, the ability to influence the mood of a room are frequently overlooked. Women, like all people, yearn for recognition beyond the visual. When you compliment her in this way, you validate the parts of her that are often left unspoken. The quiet strength, the warmth, the emotional depth that makes her special. This kind of praise acknowledges her power, not just her looks, and that makes her feel deeply seen and understood. It allows her to experience a sense of worth that is rooted in who she is as a person, not just how she appears to others. Consider the example of Daniel, who was at a small gathering with his friend Julia as the evening unfolded. Others exchanged generic pleasantries focusing solely on looks or trivial matters. But Daniel, with a keen sense of awareness, leaned in and said, "You know, you have this incredible way of making everything feel right when you walk into a room." Julia, who often felt her value was measured only by her appearance, was struck by the sincerity of Daniel's words. She felt a rush of warmth, as if her true self had been seen and appreciated. His words acknowledged not just her beauty, but the emotional and spiritual energy she brought into any space. This compliment was different from the usual superficial remarks she'd heard. It recognized the deeper, more intangible qualities she possessed. That simple acknowledgement of her unique presence shifted Julia's perception of Daniel in a way no comment on her physical appearance ever could. So if you want to truly stand out, and leave a lasting impression. Aim to compliment her for the unique way she makes others feel. Acknowledge the subtle but powerful emotional impact she has on those around her. This kind of compliment sets you apart from the countless men who focus only on surface-level beauty. It shows that you understand and value the deeper aspects of her character, the qualities that shape her relationships and her influence on the world. Women crave this kind of validation, and by offering it, you not only make her feel cherished, but you also establish yourself as someone who can truly see and appreciate what makes her irreplaceable. As the great philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When you focus on recognizing the true essence of a woman, the warmth, the wisdom, and energy she brings to the world, you create a connection that goes far beyond the surface. It's a connection that's grounded in a mutual appreciation of deeper values. This is the foundation for building not just attraction, but true respect and understanding. Don't just settle for shallow compliments that fade. Quickly take the time to acknowledge the inner strength and emotional presence a woman brings to every interaction. By doing so, you not only enrich her life, but also create a meaningful bond based on mutual respect and admiration. I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments. What are some compliments that have made you feel truly seen and appreciated? How do you think a deeper compliment could impact your relationships? If you found this valuable, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more timeless wisdom. Comment to remember a true compliment sees beyond the surface and appreciates the depth of the soul. 5. You're the kind of woman I'd want to build something meaningful with. One powerful compliment that instantly captivates women is "You're the kind of woman I'd want to build something meaningful with." This isn't just a fleeting comment. It resonates deeply with her sense of purpose and long-term value. It suggests you see her not merely as someone you enjoy in the moment, but as someone with whom you could envision a future, someone who could hold a significant place in your life. By speaking to her potential in this way, you're acknowledging that she holds qualities worth building something substantial with, far beyond the realms of mere physical attraction. This type of compliment is compelling because it taps into a woman's desire for connection and a lasting, meaningful relationship. It's not about admiring her beauty or her appearance, but rather about recognizing the depth she can bring to your life, the unique qualities she has that would make her an exceptional partner. Women more than anything want to feel that their worth extends beyond the superficial that they possess, a depth that goes unnoticed by the casual observer. When you acknowledge her potential for something bigger, something lasting, you touch her heart in a way that superficial compliments never could. Psychologically, this type of compliment reassures her that she is desired, not just for her looks, but for who she truly is, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. It speaks to her inner qualities and honors her for the value she can bring to a deep enduring. This wasn't a typical compliment. Her eyes widened, and for a brief moment she was silent, processing the weight of what he had said. It was rare, unexpected, and it made her feel like she was being seen for more than just the surface level. In that moment, Ben's words did more than just compliment her. They shifted the dynamics of their connection. He had acknowledged not just meaningful relationship. That moment made Rachel feel valued, not just for how she looked, but for her inner strength, intelligence, and the qualities she could offer in building something real together. If you want to truly leave a woman speechless in the best way possible, try offering her a compliment that hints at a shared future. One that acknowledges the depth of who she is. Speak to the qualities you believe could make her the perfect partner, not just for a casual fling, but for something that lasts. This type of compliment will create an emotional bond, making her feel truly connected to you in a way no shallow praise ever could. You're speaking to her heart, recognizing her for all the layers of who she is and building a bridge to a relationship that has meaning in today's world, where superficial interactions are all too common. Offering such profound validation will set you apart, leaving a lasting impression that could lead to something real, something deep, and something enduring. How to deliver this compliment effectively. Now that you understand the power behind this compliment, let's talk about how to deliver it with maximum impact. Timing is everything. Don't rush in with this compliment. The moment you meet her, build some rapport. First, establish a connection. Compliment her in a way that feels natural, not forced. Patience is key. Tone is everything. You can't say this line as if you're reading from a script. It needs to come from a place of authenticity. Your words should feel real, not rehearsed. Speak with sincerity. The emotional weight behind your words should match the seriousness of the sentiment. And here's a secret use. Eye contact. A deep, lingering look tells her you're not just saying this as a throwaway line. Your eyes should convey a sense of knowing, a sense of depth. Hold that look for just a moment longer than usual. Let it simmer. Let her feel the intensity of your words. Finally, pause for effect. Don't rush past it. Let the compliments sink in. Let her feel the weight of what you just said before moving the conversation forward. That pause, that's the moment she'll start to internalize what you've said. And that's when she starts to open up. In modern life, this type of compliment is rare. Most men default to shallow praise, hoping to win attention with flattery. But if you want to stand out, to be someone who commands attention and respect, you need to step beyond the surface level. This is Stoic wisdom in action. Don't seek the fleeting approval of superficial compliments. Instead, seek to understand the person before you appreciate their complexity. Make them feel seen and valued for who they truly are. Apply this today. Next time you meet a woman you want to connect with, remember these principles. Don't just see her with your eyes. See her with your understanding. Speak to her in a way that recognizes the depth she carries. Remember the words of the great philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The same applies here. Don't just talk about emotional depth. Embody it. Take the first step towards truly knowing the woman before you. And watch how she responds. You have the power to transform your interactions, to build connections that go far deeper than the shallow exchanges that dominate so much of modern life. Make the choice to be the man who sees beyond the surface and speaks to the depths of the soul. If you want to learn more about how to master these powerful Stoic techniques, hit that like button. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe for more life-changing wisdom. I am here to help you become the man who commands the room, who gets noticed, not for his looks, but for the depth of his understanding. Let's make it happen. Hey there. Thanks for watching. I hope you found these compliments insightful and powerful. Remember, these aren't just casual words. These are psychological triggers that can create a deep emotional connection when you compliment a woman in a way that acknowledges her true essence. You stand out in a way most men never will. So here's my sincere advice. Don't just focus on surface-level compliments. Recognize and appreciate the deeper qualities that make her unique. When you do this, you show that you truly see her for who she is, not just how she looks, and that, my friend, is what will make you unforgettable. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more game-changing insights on attraction and human psychology. And if you've ever used a compliment that got an unforgettable reaction, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences. Until next time, stay confident.